a pseudo reality. So when we made the first Postal, the reason why the marching band was in there was at one point one of the programmers said to me, "Hey, we could have so many sprites on the script." Da 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 da. I was like, "How many characters can we have at one time?" And he said, "We don't know." I said 10, 20. He goes, "We don't know." I said, "Then we need something that's going to showcase that." And I don't know why. When I was a kid, I was at parades. I used to set fireworks off. So it just was very natural to me. I said, let's have a fucking marching band and set them on fire. And then when I was a kid, I set a lot of fires. It's what we did. So to me, I don't really see it the violence part. It was really just a lot of me growing up, etc. Things like that. But it's reflected being here in Tucson, Arizona. Like the ostrich farm. That's really here. The Air Force Base. That's really here. The trailer parks. That's really here. I mean, so we tried to blend your reality in some, twisted sense. Maybe that's a better way. I think of it as not violent, but I think of it as twisted. Regarding the legacy, I had no fucking idea that the game would be successful or we'd be making it a year from now. Or as I always used to say, I didn't know if I'd make it to 30, okay? Let alone 50. And it's just the way I grew up. So to me, this is a tremendous honor. And I'm glad we got a nice little group here. I've been answering email. My phone is, people call me because it's my real phone number, and all the social media. And we'll do more of this Discord. But the greatest thing, and when I've been interviewed, and I got to tell you guys, the greatest thing for me in this job is doing what we're doing right now. Okay, being able to talk with fans, other people that it's who we are. So it's just the way it is. I mean, and to me, that's the greatest honor. And yeah, it is fucking crazy. It's 25 years. Holy shit. Okay? Yeah. I know a lot of people, they didn't make it to 20 when I was growing up. We had people ODing on the corner on a regular basis. I spent as much time in funeral parlors as I did in fucking candy stores. So, to all of you folks, thank you. And thank you on behalf of everybody at the team. And something else I want to share. I don't know if some of you may know, but we got Matt here. We got Pedro. Everybody that's an active member of Running with Scissors is a fan. Okay?
Oh yeah.
They somehow came to my attention, and I referred them to Mike J or to John or to Josh. So it's really an amazing group, because we're all part of it, and I consider all fans part of the Running with Scissors family. That's how I am. Next question. Too much bullshitting. Let's go.
All right, so the next question is from FRKNFR. So you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Okay, I think he's going to type it.
Fucking
just hold for his question.
Hi, by the way, Vince. Miss you, man.
Okay, he doesn't have a question. So I guess we can go to King O Kings 365.
Well, you're like the moderator, Pedro.
I got some experience, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so King O Kings, the floor is yours. Is he here? Oh, he's not here. All right, so who's next? You guys can drop your names in the general chat if you want to ask a question, and we'll go through that order.
Yeah. Or you just here's fine too. Whatever works. I mean, look, it's just I love looking at all the pictures.
Okay, so we got David, also known as Fake McAllister. He wants to ask a question. Go ahead.
I recognize this guy.
Yeah, I was with you at PAX, and I was curious. Do you guys plan to do more gaming conventions and stuff again like that?
Well, gaming conventions for us, I love doing them, but we've not always been allowed. Years ago, I went to a comic convention out here, and I was in the crotchy suit, and they wouldn't let me in. We had a little booth. It was a whole fucking affair. Then last time we did the show, we were over in Boston last year. Now this year, well, no, not last year. I guess it was 2 years ago because of the pandemic. But yeah, the answer in general is yes. I want to. We just got to see, how best to do it and where. And like when we were in Germany in Cologne, that's like the world's largest show now. It's another interesting thing. I mean, the German government and us, we don't, look, we don't see eye to eye. What can I tell you? But we got a lot of great fans in Germany, and it's a shame. Governments get in the way. I'm not the biggest fan of government. I think, people. I mean, even look what's going on over in the poor situation in Russia and Ukraine. The people. I mean, people. When I say people, I mean the you and me and our parents and our families and our friends. We don't need all the bullshit. We got a clown over here as president. You got the guy with the Trump hairdo in the UK. You got the. I mean, I don't care in some sense, but it's a shame because it's always the innocent people that have to suffer. Okay, and that pisses me off.
I'm with you there for sure.
That's not the way it should be.
It's not.
Right on. Now we have Heisen. Heisen, floor is yours. He's going to type his question here in the chat. So he wants to know your opinion on his dog Dexter. It's on the general chat. Not sure if you can see it. I think he looks very angry, but he looks very cute.
Well, listen. Just because I stuck ash cans up cats' asses when I was a kid, I actually have a cat now. And I love all animals. I've always been an animal fan. I'm one of those people that kind of thinks I like more animals than some people, to tell you the truth. But I'll take a look at your pick. But one of the things. Remember, Pedro, we were talking about doing a thing for pets, like Champs Club, something like that.
Yeah.
What do you folks think about? I had this idea a while ago. I ran it by Pedro.
I think it's a good idea.
Doing something where I want to see everybody's pets, and we could promote. I mean, share it. I don't know. I love that kind of thing. And there really is no ugly pet.
There really isn't.
I'd go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that.
That would be
I'll
nice.
share my cat.
I love
All
animals.
right. So the next questions, because this person has two questions, is from Dallas. Dallas, take it away. Come on, Dallas. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry. All right, I have two questions, if that's fine.
Yep.
All right. So
Sure.
first question: if you had the choice to do a crossover between Postal and any other major like shooting game genre, so like Duke Nukem, Serious Sam, Doom, or whatever, which franchise would you choose?
I believe it or not, I've always wanted to do something with Mario, and I know that's not in the shooting segment, but I mean, Serious Sam, Duke Nukem, of course, the ultimate is Doom. I guess I just don't think like that to really try to answer the question. One of the things that I've always, this is a principle, and the guys know I share this, and I learned this a long time ago. A game, a video game, obviously, but a video game is a game, and we play games. We don't study. Well, of course, you could study games, you could write about games, but we play games. Games are things you play, and when you're playing to have fun. So for me, it's always about the unique experience. A game, I don't know if you guys want to research this one. Fucking centuries ago, I helped make and produce this game called Alter Ego. It was the first game that was published, I don't even, maybe to this day, the only game that was ever published in a male and female version. Activision was the publisher. And this is like 1984 or something. And the whole idea was, and this is something that just I've always been big about, is the individuality. You know, one of the things in Postal, once we got into Postal 2 and the open world format, you know, people would always say, oh, how many hours does the game play? Is it 3 hours or 20 hours? Well, you can play as long as you want in an open world. And to me, our job, if you will, is to give the player the opportunity to enjoy what they're doing, have fun, take a break, laugh, piss, you know, and there shouldn't be time limits or and even in terms of like our so-called to-do list, Postal. I remember getting mocked a long time ago. One of the reviewers said something like, oh, the to-do list is stupid. You got to get milk. Well, fuck face, if you had a half a brain and you understand what the game was about, you get the whole flavor, okay? It's about the flavor of a game. So, you know, for me, I mean, it might sound funny, but like I said, I was a big Mario fan. It's just a different taste. But I don't know, combining games. Years ago, I did a lot of work for Disney. And there was a time when they wanted to, how would you call it? Mix certain characters into one game. And it was a horrible idea because, you know, you have certain well-known classic characters and they stand on their own. Now you might be able to do cameo thing, but I think trying to combine a head-to-head, one-on-one, I'm not a fan of that. You know, so for me, even fantasy-wise, I would walk away from it. Hey, I love the Smokey the Bear. Who's Big Smokey Bear? I'm looking at the pictures. Beautiful.
All right, and my second question, it's also related to other shooter games. If Postal would have to be friends with one other shooter game protagonist, who do you think he would like be best friends with?
Jesus.
Oh, that's a good question.
The Postal dude is, you know, one of the reasons he doesn't have a name. And in the very beginning, when we were creating the game, you know, people threw names around, Pete and this and that. And I was like, no. I wanted him to be the Postal dude because I wanted him to be anonymous so that way everybody could identify with him. And today we have a lot more girls gaming, and I interact with a lot more girls online because they write with, they love Postal and they're playing, so I don't like to limit it. And that was just something, you know, believe it or not, was actually thought about. Not so much thought about the girls playing, but the idea of that. I wanted everybody to be comfortable with and to have a natural association. And in terms of somebody that he might be, you know, best friends with, the Postal dude, he's kind of like, and this might sound funny, but he's my kind of video game version of Clint Eastwood. And I know you guys are a lot younger, but he's a loner, but he's not lonely. Does that make sense? I mean, for instance,
yeah, like he's sort of like I don't know if this is the correct term to use for him, but he's kind of like a sociopath in that sense.
Yeah. Well,
in a way,
you know, he's very antisocial.
Well, you see, this is one of the beauties about having what I used to talk about. Violence belongs in games and not on the streets.
Yeah.
We all, everybody has some level of frustration or this, that, whatever you want to call it. And the ability to be able to play a game. I mean, look, let's face it. Some people drink, some people snort, some people fucking steal. They have addictions, you know, and it don't really let you go, okay? Some of the greatest replies I've gotten over the years, even from doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, has been that Postal itself as a single game has therapeutic value. Now, that was not done by design. Okay, my original intent was to simply make something that people could just piss off and have fun with. And I'm big about laughing. Okay, I like to laugh as much as possible. I think the world needs more humor. So the idea that, I mean, by the way, not everybody finds it funny to piss on people.
I find it hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, so it's kind of like, again, what we've tried to do, and I think we've been somewhat successful, is simply give people an opportunity to take a fucking break. I mean, you look at the world today. I tell people, in my own personal life, people say, "Hey, what are you doing? How you doing that? How you man?" I tell people, I'm fucking OD'd on reality, okay? Reality today. I mean, I grew up in a much simpler time, okay? I mean, much, much simpler. And I really feel for young people today. And I say, I mean, young, I don't mean, 18 and older. I'm talking kids. Because look at the kids today. I don't know where everybody is, but here in America, especially like in New York City, where I spend a lot of time, they had fucking little kids wearing masks. Okay, I have my grandson. He's got to wear a mask. Of course, I didn't permit that, but so we had these kids. They spent the last 2 years not normally socializing. Okay, and you see, as much as it's important, you want to play a game at home with your friends, online, whatever you want to do. It's important to get out of the house. And the pandemic has been a real curse on the world's population. So I'm kind of going off here, but I like philosophy. So next question.
I have a question.
From the deliver. Deliver is next.
It's like the CEO for the Running with Scissors place is actually pretty based. He oversees a lot of Redditors.
So
yeah, he was just talking about kids can't be wearing masks. Like he's from New York.
So
all right, let's hear the deliver.
Were there any inspirations on other games to make Postal 2?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it clearly. Let everybody give him a chance, please.
So were there any inspirations on other games to make Postal 2? Besides maybe Postal 1 and others?
Well, nothing specific. What happened was we went from the original Postal, whatever you want to call it, different. Everybody calls it something different. We went to the first person view. The one decision was I wanted more humor because in the original Postal, as much as I always found it funny, I mean, we have an outhouse in a construction area. If you go near the outhouse, you hear people dumping, okay? There's so much little stuff in the original that people don't know. I mean, it's all these little, elements. So when we went for Postal 2, and obviously it's a different perspective, so the idea was to have it more in your face. And then, back then, some of the big publishers, they were getting involved in hiring celebrities to be voiced in all the different games, blah, blah, blah. And somehow we got the idea of, Gary Coleman, and I know this might sound funny, but, having the jockey, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, the little jockey on a what they call a lawn jockey, which was actually to help people during the Civil War find their way to safety coming from the south to the north. But anyway, all that aside, we got this idea, Gary Coleman, and I was like, okay, so how could we do this? Long story short, I got Gary, and Gary's in the game, and that's a whole nother craziness. And so there hasn't been a single, often I get asked the question, there's a movie with Michael Douglas called Falling Down, if you guys are familiar with it or?
Oh, that movie is amazing.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Oh,
I
God.
haven't seen it.
Great film.
Great movie.
Scarred me
I
for life.
seen it. You know, to me, I liked the movie. It was cool, but I wasn't thinking
Postal,
about
the
the movie when we were thinking about Postal. It's just, oh God, there's a movie. Oh, what the hell's the? I gotta think. With that French actor and Natalie Portman when she was young, he plays a hitman.
Leon.
Oh.
Yeah, Leon.
Yeah, what's the movie he did?
Yeah, Leon the Professional.
Yeah, The Professional. Now that movie, to me, not that it was an influence directly, but I loved it. So who knows? I mean, to me, he could be the Postal dude because why? He's taking care of this little girl. See, the Postal dude in my mind, and when I say guys, I mean whoever's in. I don't care. You know what you got between your legs. The thing is, I just maybe it's because I've always had this Robin Hood attitude. You know, where I grew up, how I grew up. And, you know, one of the things that's funny is, you know, we're an independent developer. We're truly an independent developer. I love it sometimes when I meet people at shows or whatever, or some other, I read about, and somebody's like, well, we're an independent developer. I'm like, fuck no. You got $30 million from fucking Activision. You're not an independent developer. When was the last time you didn't?
An indie game?
Also,
What happened?
Did you call
Something that
yourself
I
an
would say
indie
also-
game?
Well, we are an indie developer, okay? The house, which I call the Postal House, has multiple mortgages while we continue to finish Postal 4. It's okay. This is what we do. But I'm just trying to get you guys to me, the biggest thing as an artist, when I was a very young kid, I drew a lot and painted and things like that. And I actually wrote more. I'm a big believer in freedom. Freedom of expression, freedom for art, freedom to do what you want with your life, freedom to be who you want to be. So actually, the whole Postal experience for me has been, and somebody asked earlier about how do I feel. Look, it is more and bigger than anything I could have envisioned. And the fact that all around the world, we have people that have enjoyed it. I mean, it's a tremendous honor, but also I see an obligation. And that obligation is to make sure that we do the best we can and to always make sure that it's about the fun. Because to me, that's everything. I mean, look, I know most people like pissing. Personally, I'm a fire guy, but that's because when I grew up, I set a lot of fires. I didn't start pissing on people till I was in my 20s, okay?
Vince,
Are
what's
you
your
partially
opinion on like the
developable,
meme culture around your game? As you're old, it must be a different experience, memes.
As you're old, okay.
Okay.
But, can you say that again, please?
Memes, like how people shitpost and make memes of your game, like edits.
I love it. Listen, I always tell people, people say, how do I feel? Are you kidding me? I'm in the game. Mike J's in the game. We have other folks in the game. And you could piss on me in the game. How do I feel about memes? I don't like every piece of art I see or style of art. In my house, I've got a lot of art hanging. Some people would think it's garbage. I like it. A lot of it comes from our artist. But see, art is subjective. And to me, I respect and appreciate the creation, the expression. Whether or not it's to my personal taste, that doesn't matter. And I don't, when I was younger, I was much more critical, much more, I guess, when I made the first Postal, I had a lot of anger, okay? And now I'm happy I wake up. We're here, we're everybody here right now in the room is blessed to be here. I wish you guys all the best. You've got personal, issues you're dealing with. You've got family. It goes on and on. Later today, I'm going to go visit a friend. She's been on her deathbed since early January. I've been visiting her every day. And just to put things in perspective, last night a friend of mine locally asked for me to help them with something, and I went over their house, and oh my God, my problems are nothing compared to that poor girl. And I said, well, yeah, when you sit with somebody that's literally on their deathbed, it puts it in perspective, but not for everybody. There are some super selfish, self-centered people in this world. Stay away from them if you can. And but I just kind of my appreciation is infinite. It's beyond. So I just think it's tremendous, guys. I just think so. We really are. Listen. Can I ask a question now? I mean, answer.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't
Go
know how.
ahead.
Oh yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know people are going to want to all answer, but let's kind of. I don't know how we're going to do this, Pedro, but
We'll see.
Oh, boy.
here's the question: when you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you think about?
That's
Postal.
honestly a pretty deep question. I guess the first thing that I truly think about is just like where I am as a person. Like, you know, am I doing all right? Is everyone around me doing all right? Like, despite the fact that, you know, like I can be a little bit of a dick sometimes towards people, I care truly deeply about like everyone and everything around me. I just want people like the one thing that I want to do every single day of my fucking life is I want to make people smile. I want to make people laugh. And as long as I can make at least one person every day, you know, laugh because of something that I'm doing, or laugh because of something I've said, you know, laugh because of like one of my jokes or anything, that's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me going forward.
Nice.
And
Beautiful.
I know that I have like anger issues every once in a while, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I got Postal 2. Whenever I get angry, but load up Postal 2, just bash some fucking people's heads in, and it's done wonders for me.
Good.
And it's been an honor, like being like a Postal fan and like getting like together with all the people in this server. As you mentioned, we're one big happy fucked up family. And it is amazing.
I mean, I'm not here to correct anyone, but I've been through a lot of fucked upness. Okay. And
It's like I said, I know you've probably been through a lot too, like more than I could possibly ever bear. But like, I've never like had any of my friends OD on it. I'm not gonna try to like out of respect for you, I'm not gonna try to compare myself to you.
Well, we should never compare ourselves to. I have another saying that I kind of helped me a lot in my 30s, and that is, I only compete with myself. I love to see people be successful. I'm not an envious or jealous person. When somebody, you know, scores in some big way, I'm happy for them. But I had to get away from thinking that I was fucked up, because when we see, you know, we might feel fucked up. That's okay. We all do. But when we start to see ourselves as fucked up, that puts us under a black cloud, and clouds move. You know, some days are stormy, the next day's sunshine. So I would just hope that everybody here, no matter what you might be going through, and even if it's a positive thing, guess what? You know, today's great, tomorrow the shit hits the fan. And it's really accepting life itself as a whole. Nobody's happy all the time, but nobody should be sad all the time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I just, I'm a little sensitive when people tell me I'm this or I'm that. I'm like, you didn't walk in my shoes, okay? And who am I to judge them? You don't work that way.
I'm not trying to offend or anything.
Yeah, no, listen.
None
That's the
taken,
funny
don't
thing.
worry.
People are always.
I'm a little blunt with some of the things that I say, so please forgive me on that front.
It's all good. Listen, hey.
And another thing that I've also really loved about the Postal series, from Postal 2 onwards, I think one of the best things about the series and the reason why it works so well is that the Postal dude could be literally anybody, and it's easy for you to project yourself into his shoes.
Like the best thing about Postal is that you could aim and shoot. That was the best thing. I mean, I've never seen that before. I mean, where the fuck did you see? I mean, literally aiming and shooting. Where the fuck did you see that?
Dude, how high are you? I think Doom did that.
I personally.
Are you sure? Are you sure, bro?
I mean, I think so.
If I may chime in for a minute, I'm sure Vince will agree with me here. I always like to say, thank God for another day, because every day ain't promised.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, what fucking FPS does you let you piss on other people just at random after fucking burning them? Like, what other fucking game does you let do that? I mean, just by that standalone masterpiece, all right, standalone master fucking piece.
Yeah, I will say this: Postal 2 has easily become one of my favorite games of all time. It may be a little wonky, it may be a little fucky, but that's the beauty of it all. It is a gore-soaked, piss-smelling masterpiece from start to end.
Actually. Civi once famously said, even its bugs and glitches add to the experience in a way that nothing else does.
Exactly. It's a buggy mess, but it's our buggy mess.
I mean, what fucking game does it let you piss on manlets after burning them on black manlets? I mean, everybody would be so pissed off nowadays.
Yeah,
especially nowadays. But too bad. I mean, my only complaint with the Postal series, except the 3, obviously, except that fucking thing, is
remember,
that in Paradise Lost, they basically it's a. I mean, they could have added a lot more in order to make it actual and not like it was just 2003 again. But like something about the 2010s. I mean, right-wing extremism, social justice cringe, all that shit. I mean, that would have been such a great opportunity to mock all of them, and to put more hate on the human race in general. But it was still fun, Paradise Lost. Even though it could have been, I mean, actualized.
Personally though, I kind of going back to that. I don't remember you said if you disliked that or liked that, but I personally liked the fact that he threw a bunch of that shit in there. Especially whenever you get to burn down people like protesters, especially those fucking burn a book, save a tree. What the fuck?
Is that beautiful?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about Paradise. I'm talking about Paradise Lost that was released in 2015, and it.
No, I'm talking. What I mean is going through all the games.
Okay. No, I was just referring to Paradise Lost.
Paradise Lost. Am I remembering correctly? I'm sorry.
Paradise Lost is like the second one that's basically like Postal 2.
Yeah, no, so I am right. Okay, I'm thinking of the right game. Yeah, that's it's the DLC, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's correct.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we got like
I
3
still
minutes left
enjoyed
with
the
Vince.
DLC, all of it.
Okay, can I ask one final
We have
question,
time
maybe?
for one more question for Vince, and I'll be here afterwards. Maybe Matt as well. So one more question.
Can I make a quick comment?
I have one more.
Who has the question specifically for Vince?
I
I have one specifically for him.
have a question.
and It related to
It was one you couldn't
Okay,
answer.
OMA, OMA,
Oma. Yes, me.
Oma. Yeah.
Oma.
Oma, let's go.
Hello. Right. So, a question for Vince. Gosh. What would you say is the main theme or message of the first Postal game? Not excluding like the remake. I'm talking about like the original one back in 1997. Is there any substance to it? Is there anything that relates to life in general, especially for games during its like that preceded after it, that are like in the same genre, like Hatred or whatever. So yeah, is there anything that you would say that Postal 1 has?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a lot of calls. Sorry.
You have an iPhone. You know what that means? Like literally the Eden Apple, the original.
Okay. Oma, if you can you just repeat that, please? I apologize. I shut the.
It's okay.
Regarding what was the original intent, or what was I thinking for the original Postal?
Well, more of like the theming of the original Postal.
Well,
like,
the theme,
message.
The theme to me was, at that stage, the company was around, I don't know, 20 people. We were making kids games. I made Free Willy. I was making Tom and Jerry, all these kids games. Okay. And I was personally becoming very frustrated, as was a lot of the folks on the team. So Postal 1 was an expression of anger, okay? Not everybody on the team might have felt it that way, but for instance, you're familiar with the cutscenes, and our art director back then, a gentleman named Rand, great talent, I mean, amazing guy. Those levels were all hand. Nobody did that before. Okay, there wasn't that type of art done. And when I wrote the cutscenes, or I don't know if some people might have not played Postal 1, but Postal 1, in between levels, there's the cutscene is basically a quote, okay? And I don't know, those things just came very natural to, like, blessed are the meek, for they make easy targets. I'm anti-bullying. I don't like, when I was a little kid, I was smaller than the average kids, so people tried bullying me, but I fucking tortured people. Okay, I don't believe, so I got back at people. It's just the way I am. So the concept, or the feeling, or the theme, if you will, for Postal 1 was basically, don't fuck with me. Do you guys get that?
I like
it.
that.
Unless if it's a little kid, then you wouldn't want to hurt him.
Well, the thing is, in the original Postal, the Postal dude does not start or want, it was never about being offensive. The whole game is he is defensive.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the system attacked him, just as it does all of us in some way. And that's it. I mean, that's a
reflection
really
of modern society.
Vince,
So,
I have a
but listen, guys, what I love to do, because this was kind of like literally patriot. Okay,
I
I'm
would
doing
recommend next time making a stage.
Yes,
Well,
we can do that.
We will do it. Listen, we can do anything we want. But I was literally, doing my laundry, and I gotta take a fucking piss for real. For the past 45 minutes or so, And
can I say one last thing, Pedro?
No, you can. Actually, so this was the last answer from Vince. Me and
Guys,
Matt
thank
are
you.
still going to be here, but I want everybody to give a round of applause to Vince. And thank you a lot, Vince, for joining us.
Of course.
I have to say, Vince, hitting a dab pen with you was the most badass thing ever.
God bless everybody. Take care. I wish everybody
God
have
bless,
a,
Vince.
have a great
Vince.
weekend. Great weekend. God bless.
You too.
Right, bye-bye.
Birthday party, by the way.
All right, folks. So me and Matt are still here if you guys want to ask questions. So feel free to ask us.
The microphone didn't pick it up.
Yo.
I do have one question.
Do you like
All right.
Brazil?
No, I'm from Portugal. Thank you very much. I'm very, very Portuguese.
I'm gonna say, like, what kind of inspired Postal 4 to be kind of more grounded, considering like Postal 2's DLC was a lot more out there and wacky? Like, what made you guys consider like reining it in a little bit?
I believe it's a little bit down to preference from our fans. A lot of our fans like the down-to-earth kind of deal with Postal 2, so we wanted to make something that was kind of like a mix of Postal 2 and Paradise Lost at the same time. So two things that people really liked, which are completely different. And yeah, that's where we went with Postal 4.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yes,
can I
Rosie?
go after you? Wait. Somebody was gonna go first. Could I go after them? Like, just
Sure.
let them get their thing first.
One. I have one. Can I ask
Yep.
a question? So, do you guys know anything about a Postal VR game?
Postal VR
Or-
game.
Yeah.
Lego. Matt, do you want to answer that?
I mean, I wish we could make a Postal VR game. Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
We did have.
But
yeah.
Assault and Battery. Yeah, I mean, we did try like VR stuff before. We did talk briefly about making maybe a Postal 4 VR, like, or try making it in VR, but
That will
so far it's not.
take a-
It's not in the cards. No,
Okay.
it will take like 3 clicks pretty much. But then we have to like fix bugs and shit. Like in Unreal Engine 4, you just have to set a VR set as a spawn points, and then it pretty much like it works. But then there's always like things we didn't think about that won't work for VR. Then we have like to modify things. But I'd say that we won't do it in VR. Maybe the next game, we'll see.
Okay, cool.
All right, Rosie, you can answer.
We
you can
are
ask the
interested in
question.
VR though.
Yeah, well, will be
Okay.
sick. So I mean, I guess this was originally like a question for Vince, but it's kind of a question to anybody working on development for Postal. So when it comes to Postal 1 and 2, what were some of the biggest pains in the ass like working with development, like be it like design decisions, element limitations, what have you? Because I do know that like Postal 2, if I remember correctly, it was running on an unfinished version of the Unreal 2 engine, I believe, if I remember.
It was basically a hybrid between two versions of Unreal Engine. Me and Matt weren't around when Postal 2 was being developed. We weren't in the team. What we can say from Postal 4 is our biggest obstacles are the issues that persist even though we try to fix them. They either persist in the editor or they don't persist in the editor. It's always a big mess sometimes with Unreal Engine. We never know what's going to happen next.
There's never really a finished version of any engine because they update Unreal Engine every quarter with a new update, and every time if we push the game to the new update, it will break things out, so we have to fix everything. So
Exactly.
we fix bugs, but Unreal creates more bugs for us, or every time you add something new in the game, new bugs appear. So
Yeah,
it's pretty much game development 101. It's always something that you fix something and you break 2 others. You fix 3, you break 4. That's the way it works.
My experience with programming has kind of just been like, it's not rates, that is.
Pretty much.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sir?
Will Postal 4 have better customization? Like I can actually do stuff like customize my weapons or my clothing Similar to how
I mean,
mods
right
do it.
now we have the attachments for the gun. In the game, we only have, I mean, besides the cat silencer and the scopes, we don't have much, but we have the weapon skins also. I think we will make them as like unlockables. I think Pedro, right?
Yes.
That's like the plan.
Just
But,
like the VR skins, we probably are planning to make more unlockables.
I would love a piss-covered skin. That'd be awesome.
we'll see. But at least you can customize your sensor bar right now. So that's
And on
something.
top of that question, it's still in a similar status. Will there be better modding capabilities rather than Postal 2? Like a lot of the time I play with mods and they crash my game.
Yeah.
That's the plan. We plan to
Yeah,
add
that's the plan.
workshop, just like Postal 2. We love everything that our community does. So it's something that we really want to explore. Adding more modding capabilities for you guys to play around and
we had
more
someone
stuff.
on the team that came in and helped us like clean the files, make like a nice folder structure. So when we do start doing the modding on like the Steam Workshop or whatever, it should be clean and easy for everyone to like start implementing stuff.
Yes, right on. All right, who's next? I see Delu has a question that was for Vince, but I can answer that, I guess. So he or she asked if we will translate Postal 4 into Russian. And sure, I mean, the world is in a fucked up place right now, as you all know. But we know that our Russian fans have absolutely no fault in what's happening. So we naturally want to support everybody, not just Russians, everybody who wants to play Postal. So we will definitely translate in multiple languages. I can't really discuss exactly which ones they are, but Russian is one of those.
Yep.
Question about that. Is it just the text, or would it also be like voice acting?
So for
just
now,
the text.
Yeah.
And also no voice acting for now. Maybe in the future, we don't know, but it will be the text, like subtitles, and also like the signs in the game will be like in-game signs and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna change the texture and customize it so it reads in different languages.
Pretty much every sign that is important for the player, something that points out to something in the special errand, that's going to be translated as well.
So basically, just how like it was in Postal 2, right? Because they translated some of the textures to some languages, if I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I mean, it would be cool to have like the voice actor for Corkscrew Rules words that was
Oh no, not Corkscrew, please, not that.
Oh yes, Corkscrew Rules.
I love the English dub of Corkscrew. It's that terrible.
It's
Pedro.
amazing.
Yes.
Is Postal, knowing your hate for Brazil, is Postal 4 going to get translated into Brazilian?
Hey, on my watch,
But Pedro's going to be like, y'all can translate that. I ain't doing it.
Here's the thing. I completely understand that Brazil is bigger than Portugal. And if it needs to be translated in Portuguese, I'm not going to be mad if it's going to be in Brazilian Portuguese. I like my games in English, even if I have the Portuguese language. So yeah, I prefer my games always in English anyways, so I don't care much.
How about
Next question.
just translate to the two versions of Portuguese?
We are not sure if we can discuss which languages we are going to have, but at least Russian and Spanish are ones that are no-brainers. So yeah, definitely those.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, we don't even really know like yet what we will implement because it's like work in progress. So,
Yeah.
but when we actually know, we will discuss like about it. Pretty on Steam and Discord.
I was gonna suggest German, but I remembered.
We'll see. When we have something to announce regarding languages, we'll definitely do it, and we'll let you guys know.
Okay, that's nice.
All right, so I
Can
think
I
we
ask?
have another question here. What went wrong with Postal 2 multiplayer? Well, multiplayer games always die. That's the circle of life with online only games. GTA Online is a big deal right now, but in a few years it won't be. That's just the way it is. Our servers weren't that great either, so I think that was a little bit of a contribution to the Postal 2 multiplayer dev. But you can still play co-op. I think there's a mod out there that allows you to play co-op. So yeah, you should try that out.
Co-op.
Nick's co-op.
Yeah, Nick's co-op.
Well, actually, we hired the guy who did Nick's co-op, so he's working on the team. Yeah, with
And
us.
he's doing an awesome job, by the way, guys. An awesome job.
he is, yeah.
Postal 4?
We will have co-op in Postal 4, yes.
Okay, Nick might help us. Yeah, Nick will help us implement the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Awesome. Will there be normal, like, not just multiplayer, but I can play with a person and do postal shit in
Pretty
normal
much.
game?
That's the idea with co-op. In fact, if you guys go to your menus right now on Postal 4, you'll see co-op there, grayed out. The reason why we have third person right now is because of co-op. We really didn't need third person, but since we are going to work on the models and the animations anyways for a co-op, why not?
I mean, it's a nice touch to let the players decide if they want first person or not.
I mean, yeah, but still, it wasn't our biggest priority. But yeah, we made it work anyways, just because we were going to work on those animations anyways.
I have a small question.
Yeah?
Well, I was thinking, is there going to be any, like, exclusive items for people who have played the beta, or not beta, early access, or people who have brain damage, like things they can only get if they had the game at a certain time, like exclusives? Not like cosmetics in the way of like, oh, this affects the game, more like, oh, this is cool, I get this for being an early donator to the game. Cool skin or a cool weapon.
That's something we haven't discussed yet, though. I can imagine some people getting a little bit annoyed that they don't have a time machine. We feel that we rewarded early access backers by giving them a lower price for the game.
Fair.
But we can still discuss that. It's not out of the table, but I'm not going to confirm anything.
Well,
it's just
one
probably not going to happen.
One more thing, I'm going to be a bit quiet for a while. Also, on top of that, will some of the weapons from brain damage come to Postal 4? Because there's some awesome weapons.
Well, we can't really confirm future weapons. There will be some, maybe, but we can't really say anything.
Yeah, we haven't discussed it ourselves. So
yes,
there will be future weapons, definitely. We just can't say which ones they are. We got a question from Smags, who is asking, are we getting sign language translation? Now, that's something that worked decently well with Forza Horizon 5, but I'm not sure if we have the infrastructure to do that, at least not at the moment. But we definitely would like a lot of people to play the game and be as inclusive as possible, even those who have problems hearing or...
What about colorblind?
That's also a good question. We haven't really discussed that at the moment. Maybe, who knows, maybe post 1.0.
I have a question about sign language. Wait.
Yep.
There's games that include sign language? I didn't actually know
so
that.
far, there's a few, like Forza Horizon 5 added it, and multiple languages also for sign language. But for now we don't know. Like only AAA games have been including sign language, and there's only maybe less than 5. So,
but why?
I'd be surprised if you could pull it up.
But why? Can't they just read text?
Well, they could. But maybe some people are probably more understanding of the sign language. I don't know. I'm not deaf, so I don't know the perception there. But I can understand why some people would rather have sign language for some reason.
All right.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
I have a question about Postal 2. Is there any time coming a new DLC, or it's just dead?
That's a good question. We actually have an update coming soon. It will incorporate X-Patch, which will fix a bunch of stuff that you guys have been dealing with. Some of the most annoying bugs and those crashes, there will be a thing of the past, hopefully. As for content, we can't really say anything. You never know, but honestly, if we do anything Postal 2, whether it be console releases, new DLC, anything like that, it will be on a completely new remake because Unreal 2 is a really old engine and we definitely need a new ground to work in.
Yeah, no one on the team knows how to work on an engine anymore. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Pepper is asking, are there any plans post 1.0 for Postal 4? Yes. A lot of plans for post 1.0.
A lot, yeah.
In fact, there are some things in 1.0 that are not... well, we want to make a complete game for 1.0, but at the same time, there are many things that we want to add that won't make to 1.0. We just can't announce them yet. You'll have to wait a little bit. Sondi, will there be, or is there already LMO, a function like in, let's say, GTA where there's radio in the car? We have radio on the phone, and you can take it anywhere between load zones as well. And I think that we have some really good radio at the moment. We have 3 stations. One of them is a talk show. And yeah, you can take it anywhere. There's no scooter radio.
Will any of the Postal 3 music be returning? Because even so, that game was fucking horsefire. The music was good.
I agree.
Honest.
I agree. The Postal 3 music is definitely great. I don't know.
It needs a return.
We probably have a lot of music already, but we definitely will add some new tracks for the next update. Some returning tracks as well from Postal Redux.
Will the radio stations be different genres? Like, for example, I'm into electronic and others are into rock and metal.
Well, you got a synthwave radio station, for example, and then there's a rock station. So there's already some variety. We don't have a few other genres, but we have those at least.
Wait, are
Yeah,
these
we might add more.
Hi, can I ask something?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, FSI?
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So this was originally for Vince Desi, but it was a project from like 2000 that was canceled from RWDS. It's called Mob World. It was about the Russian mafia and how you could do stuff like that online, or it was canceled, and I don't really know a lot about it. I was gonna ask him, but do you know anything about that?
Not at all. Yeah.
I know a few
You never know.
projects that never made it, but I don't know about that one actually.
Yeah, I know a lot of projects who didn't make it, but yeah, I don't know about that one either.
That's a new one for me.
Quick question: is there gonna be other vehicles other than the scooter in Postal 4?
Not that we can announce at the moment, or well, either confirm or deny. You'll just have to wait, I guess.
Yeah. If not by development, it'll be by modders.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Pedro. I finally got the opportunity to speak.
Yes, sir.
Was sort of busy doing something, but I was just curious. Does Rogue just have any plans to release their other games on console? And do you also plan on releasing physical copies of said games?
Well, we have some unannounced stuff that we are dying to tell you guys. For now, what I can say is that definitely we want to have Postal 4 on PlayStation 5 and Switch if possible. Expect the Switch version to probably need some downgrades visually. It's going to be quite troublesome, but we are going to hire a port house to do those ports. And for the other projects, we already confirmed that Postal Brain Damage will definitely have console releases. Now, regarding Xbox, well, we have a problem with Microsoft, or rather, Microsoft has a problem with us, and they don't really want to release our games for some reason. And we're shit out of luck, really, because it's been like 3 tries already, Matt.
Yeah, we keep
yeah.
asking them. Yeah,
We've been
yeah.
trying to poke them with a stick and see, hey guys, so are you going to take us or not? And they're like, nah. So Xbox is going to be a bit harder, if not impossible at the moment. But yeah, PlayStation, Switch, wherever we can release our games, sure, as long as
and
it
Steam
works.
Deck also, because people didn't really think about it.
And
but
the
on the
Steam
Steam
Deck,
Deck.
Yeah. So we got
Hoping
another
it's not on
question
Epic
from
Games.
Wolf. So after the release of the fan-made original Postal 2 Eternal Damnation mod, why is remake still not released after the new trailer game?
Oh, they're busy working on Postal 4.
Well, I guess so, yeah. We are just head on with Postal 4 because it's our unfinished game and we really need to finish what we started before we get on to other projects. Kizoki is asking, will the suicide button be back in Postal 4? Maybe more ways to suicide. Yes, it will be back. As for more ways to commit suicides, we're still not sure about that yet. But what I can confirm is that yes, it will be back. And sorry about
There's
my dogs
already,
because they never shut up.
Wait, I have
There's
a
already a way to
suggestion.
suicide though.
Oh yeah,
I have
there's already some ways, yeah.
Pedro,
there's
got
already
a
some ways.
suggestion. What about for the suicide button? Make it so like with each weapon there's a different way to commit suicide.
Yeah, that's something that we want to do if possible, but at the moment
Yeah.
we can only confirm that yes, it will be back. We just don't know in which way it will be. Classic
Yeah.
way, classic Postal 2, classic Redux, who knows?
We already have a few ways to commit suicide. We might bring back the grenade one, but having a different way with every weapon. We have like 30 weapons or around 30 weapons. That would take like a few weeks or a month for work to implement. So we don't know if it's worth it yet to do it.
I have another question.
Yes.
Will there be harder achievements, like ones you get in Postal 2 for like beating the game in a speed run or beating the game without killing anyone? Will there be challenging achievements you can get for achievement hunters?
Oh, you bet. We are currently
Hope it
working on
steps
the
up the
core
difficulty.
system. We are currently working on the core system to implement achievements. And yeah, we are going to include a lot of fun achievements for you guys and some really challenging ones.
Harder than Postal 2?
Like in Postal 2, yes.
Oof.
Yeah, it will be fun. Torino is asking, can we please have Five Nights at Freddy in Postal 4? No.
Modders can do that.
Thank God, yes.
No,
Thank you.
Can we have
absolutely
Gregory
not.
in Postal 4?
I'm disappointed. I'm not getting.
Pepper is asking, any new weapons? Yes, but we can't confirm which ones. Pixelated Lizard is asking,
yeah.
will Stevie be joining us? He's already with us. He's everywhere. He's like God.
Here in spirits.
He's here in spirits. We love him, and he loves
Heavy
us back.
supremacy.
Let's see.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are weebs and furries will be available in the game? I mean, I want to burn them, piss on them so much.
I want to as well.
Well, I'll ask our resident furry, Matt.
What?
You're our
never
resident furry,
heard-
right?
I never agree on that.
Oh man, I just threw another buzz. Furries. I don't know, man. Really, if we have plans for that, we probably shouldn't discuss those before we
Don't
announce
want
them.
to reveal like
Yeah,
what
before
things you
we.
can kill.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? But definitely not
We'll
Five
see.
Nights at Freddy's.
Maybe
Yeah.
you could do that and we could kill them as
Thank
birds.
God.
So hardcore chronography is asking, will there be impossible difficulty? Yes. It's not going to be impossible, but yeah, we'll have impossible difficulty.
Will there be a
Could add
journalist
alternate
difficulty?
ending or like a 10-second cutscene.
We'll have a bunch of difficulty settings for you guys. Remember Postal 2? That's pretty much the same mantra we're going with.
There's also going to be a Lieberman mode.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Oh yeah,
nice.
they will.
Will cheats return?
I'm sorry?
Will cheats return and you beat
They
the
already
game, you
have.
get cheats?
We already have.
Oh, they
shit.
already are. They already are in the game. All the most of them.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for the full release. I
Yeah.
don't want to be spoiled on my choice in the game.
You can even you even have a cheat that lets you rocket jump. In case you guys didn't know.
Should be in the base game.
I guess it should, yeah. We'll discuss that. I'm on. Torn is asking if we're going to port Postal 4 to the Unreal 5 engine. Well, Unreal 5 is going to be a lot better in many ways. I can't really confirm anything, but what I can say is that any future projects like Postal 2x2, for example, which is something that we really want to make, that's definitely going to be on the Unreal 5 engine. Now, Postal 4, we'll see. We can't really confirm anything at the moment.
I have another question.
Yep.
My other question is, will there be any form of like use for money what isn't just drugs?
Yes.
Firearms and exclusive items what can only be brought with lots of money.
Yes, we have something that we already tease on social media, which is the ability to buy or actually to rent scooters. That's going to be a hit on the economics in Postal 4, but there will be other ways to spend your money.
Actually, right now we
can
can make like a few $1,000s in a few minutes in the game. Like there's like ATMs everywhere. We might nerf that. We don't know yet. Either we make more things for the players to buy, or we will nerf the ATMs and the amount of money you can make. Because one ATM gives you $100 or more, 200. So
Are you also
we'll
gonna be
see. It's still
increasing
being
the
worked
price
on.
of some things?
We don't know yet. But we are
like
definitely
$210.
working on. Well, we are working on a lot of new things right now that the players are going to be able to buy. So.
Okay.
Are you going to be able to piss blood at low health?
We'll see.
Maybe.
Are you
Maybe,
able
maybe.
to do what's that in Postal 2 again, where you get your penis and it gets weird on a certain day?
Gonorrhea.
Can you get gonorrhea?
Not at the moment.
Hopefully, in a future update. Who knows?
Yes.
Hopefully. We'll see. FSI is asking, are you aware that Akela tried to port Postal 3 to Xbox 360? Maybe that's the reason why Microsoft hates your teams, Gus. Yes, and maybe that's the reason. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just because they don't like our games. They think they are too violent or too shitty. The funny thing here is that they allow GTA, which forces you to kill people, while in Postal 2 you don't have to kill anybody. And in Postal 4, that's another thing. In the future there will be an update where you can do a full pacifist route. So yeah, our games are as fucked up as you are, and Xbox doesn't really understand that, or rather Microsoft.
I'm not
It's
fucked
mostly
up, Stella is.
we are mostly getting banned for the name more than the game nowadays, because it's like an image issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a question too. Will there be in the future of Postal for like cop outfits in the prison so you can do whatever you want without getting a basically start from the police like in GTA. I forgot the name of it in Postal.
Yeah, there will be a police outfit.
Yes, yeah, they will. Yeah, we are also revamping the policing system and NPCs right now, so they will look better, and the police system will be more fun.
Oh, and trust me,
Nice, man.
it's going to be. It's already miles ahead of Cyberpunk, but it's going to be even better.
Yeah, it's better than
It's not
Cyberpunk,
like-
and it will be way better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they set the bar that high because they didn't. But at the same time, we want to expand on that system. We don't want it to remain bare bones as it is. It's
I
going
have
to be
another
a
question.
lot better. Yeah.
Will there be certain things you can only get on a certain day, like certain weapons or certain power-ups?
Yes.
We want to have a better progression because right now you kind of like if you know like get everything on like Monday already, but we will like kind of like distribute the weapons and the loot like more accordingly,
So
like in
make
Postal
it
2.
better from Postal 2, where unlike Postal 2, you have everything on certain days. In Postal 4, you want to have some items you can only get on a certain day or repeat.
Well, no, we
playing.
want to start with like nothing, and then the player will can get everything by the end of Friday. But we'll see. Yeah, it's
Do you want to have it
it's still being worked on.
randomized? You want to have it randomized, like it's never the same, as modern tech
Yeah,
can do that.
That will be fun.
Well, we are not like, yeah, that could be fun. Like we could think about it because I mean that's more like roguelites or roguelike games mechanics where you
But it would be
randomize the
fun
loot.
for
But
Postal. One
yeah,
day
I mean
you
sure,
can get a
yeah, I
pistol,
agree with you.
the other
Yeah,
day you
But
could get a fucking
the thing
napalm
that
launcher.
will probably happen is we are going the Postal 2 way, which is different items for specific days, but they are already predetermined. So, yeah, that's
Maybe it
probably
could
the
be
way
like
we're
a
going with.
difficulty you could choose, like a unique difficulty.
Yeah, I think there will be items that will depend on the difficulty. Maybe we're not sure yet. It's still in the early stages.
we really don't know.
Somebody's asking, are there plans for a Postal 2 remaster? Yes. We want to make a Postal 2 remaster, but we can't really say when or how or if. we can just say that yes, we want to do it.
Well, it will be a remake more than a remaster. We will remake the game from the ground up.
Yeah, we can just work on the same engine. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Especially
so it will probably be on Unreal Engine 4 or most likely Unreal Engine 5 by then.
I'd say Unreal Engine 5 back then, yeah.
Yeah, yep. We are even maybe about thinking about porting when if Postal 4 is ever stable, we will bring it on Unreal Engine 5 and see how it runs.
Yeah.
That might help with
What do
optimization.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do your parents think of Postal?
That's funny,
Curious.
actually. I've personally made some trailers for Postal 4, and I always show everything I do to my parents. And my mom, when I did a really violent trailer, I think it was for. I forgot the event, which was the event, but it was a really violent trailer. And my mom looked at it and she was like,
Realms Deep?
I think it was Realms Eve, yeah. And my mom looked at it and she was like, "That's so beautiful. You made this?" and I'm like, "Yeah, it's beautiful, right?" And everybody is exploding and dying. So yeah, they've been very sportive and they really like that kind of stuff. For somehow, I don't know how. But yeah, Matt, what do your parents think about it?
Yeah, they don't mind. They like it. Yeah, I don't. They would not play it. They are more into like Nintendo stuff, but yeah, or like Mortal Kombat and fighting games. But yeah, I don't know. I could make my mom try to play, or my parents to play Postal.
Oh, please do that. Please do that. Get your mum to play the game while
I
everyone
personally grew up in pretty much in a family when pretty much all the members were extremely skeptic about violent video games. So I really had a hard time playing them when I was a child, but that didn't stop me at all. Like I would just do that hidden, like when nobody was at home. I would just download some I mean, yeah, I use piracy a lot because I used to download a fuck ton of games and I discovered a lot of good gems. You know, also thanks to a friend of mine, but nowadays they kind of seem okay because I'm 18.
In a way, people have been more fine with violent games, and that's the way it should be. Because some people think that violence IRL is because of video games, but
Politicians.
we couldn't blame video games for the Second World War. We couldn't blame video games on those really old ancient wars. So that logic is so flawed, and I'm glad a lot of people are starting to realize that.
Oh my god, I can't believe the Cold War is Pong's fault.
Yeah, Postal 2 is the reason why there was a Cold War. Did you guys know? Also,
Guys,
the Second World War.
Guys, Mario was the reason that the Civil War happened. Simple.
Exactly.
That
All
man
because
was the
of
reason
Mario.
why the Nazis attacked.
It's me, I'm gonna break your kneecap.
It's all because of Buzz Driver Simulator that some guy shot another person. It's all because of video games.
It caused all the traffic deaths last year.
Okay, so
I mean,
Smegs
of
is
fucking
asking...
course it's the video games. I mean, why should it be? Unregulated gun control, unregulated gun? I mean, shitty businessmen who just want to, you know, do this. I mean, yeah, continue.
I'll tell you something. Video games have saved a lot more people than any suicide hotline. Really, trust me.
That's actually true.
Hotlines are a
That's
joke.
actually true.
It has saved a lot of people because when people, those very violent people who want to shoot somebody, sometimes they even take it on games instead of real life. So just by that, it's already saving a bunch of lives.
Yeah, and the hotline just hung up on me one time, so.
I have a question talking about how they say violent video games cause problems. What's your opinion on the modded map on Postal 2? What is a school shooting map?
Well, as a company, we don't really want to put that out there. Hey, here's a school shooting simulator. It's just not fun or interesting. It's definitely controversial for the sole reason of being controversial. But I personally, and I'm not talking for the company in any way, I'm personally not against, for example, do you guys know that SWAT 4 kind of game that's called Ready or Not? Okay, it's a SWAT-like game, and it has a school level, and it's real life. That game tries to portray real life, and I'm totally fine with that personally.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too. I mean, in that game, they put you on the side of the SWAT, not of the shooter, but
yeah.
So it's a bit different, but yeah, I think it's fine. I mean,
and
we've had games like Hatred. We have like any type of like violent games nowadays. So I don't think they'll stop us.
Is any of the Hatred crew on like Postal?
I just wanted to follow up on something. When modders want to make some fucked up mods, I really don't care because it's their game. Okay, they own a copy and they can do whatever they want with it. We are just happy people are playing, really. So yeah, if somebody wants to make a school shooting mod, sure, do it. It's not really harming real people, and
Probably is actual doing the opposite effect.
Exactly, and yeah, just I'm not going to play those, but still, yeah, sure, go ahead. So somebody's asking about a mailman outfit. The only costumes I can confirm right now is the police costume, different kinds of robes, different colors, and a surprise that I can still say anything about. I still can't say anything about that one other costume that we have in mind. It's pretty simple.
I think I know. I think it's not really a secret.
It's not?
Yeah, the brain damage outfit.
Wait, that's a thing.
Yeah. No, we are thinking about doing it because it's like the natural like thing, but yeah.
Well, I was
it's
thinking
so
about
it's most likely we will do a brain damage outfit.
Oh my god, we're gonna see the dude's ass. In
Well, I didn't know that actually. I did know about the.
Yeah,
well,
Josh told me. Yeah.
I think it's going to be fine if I say it because it's a no-brainer at this point. We are going to have the Postal 3 outfit.
Oh yeah, no, we said it on stream. Mike said it one of the
Yes.
Fine
podcasts.
then.
Yeah.
Fine then.
Yeah.
We are going to have that costume as well.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, will there be like a camo outfit? I know it's a bit random, but in a game where you can shoot everyone, it's just cool to have camo.
I wouldn't say it's in our plans, but I think that will be a fun reskin at least.
Well, it's not in our plans, but I think if we could make it as a quick reskin and doesn't take too long, yeah, we're probably gonna add it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you add a postal brain damage outfit, will it be only available for people who bought postal brain damage?
Please say it is.
Why should
Yeah, no, I don't think it will only be, but maybe I don't know. We'll see. It's more like up to John and Mike
Be
at this point.
unlockable at the beginning if you own postal brain damage, but you can unlock it after beating the game if you don't.
That's a good idea.
I don't know. Me and Pedro don't do the financial decision, so I wouldn't know. But it's most likely the costume will be in the game. Maybe not after 1.0, I'd say.
Yeah,
Talking about unlocks, will achievements unlock cool things?
I think it's what we want to do, but
Yeah.
I cannot say. Yeah,
There's
we will
some-
announce it. Yeah.
There's something that's going to be very fun, and it's coming before 1.0, that we can't really discuss, but you will get rewards for it, different rewards.
It's like a new side activity. Yeah. But we cannot exactly say what it is.
It's going to be fun. You guys are going to like it. Somebody's asking, can you make an easy difficulty mode called Journalist in Postal 4? That's actually a great idea. And I think I pitched something like that. A game journalist difficulty mode. That's a fun idea. I'll pitch it to the
Johnny's filter.
I'm really call it something like Kotaku mode or something like that.
Oh man, we don't even want to give those guys exposure. Fuck those guys.
I think it should just like give you tutorials every 5 seconds. Like, you know, when you're playing a game, it's like auto tutorial mode on. Like, go left, go right.
They should do a thing
for everything, and you can't turn it off.
You should add a fucking Asian difficulty where it's literally like what's his name, Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger.
You can die from emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Oh
shit, that was pretty good.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
That will be something, I guess. Somebody's asking, are you planning to make Postal 4 or other future games playable on low-end PCs? Yes.
Yeah, that's our main priority actually. So as many optimization is the main priority, and it's ongoing. Like, so
it's ongoing. It's been a pain in the ass since day one, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. But we definitely want you guys to play on a fucking Raspberry Pi if you can.
I'm gonna play Postal 4 on the Samsung Smart Fridge.
Yo, I'm gonna play Postal 4 on my cat.
In your
I just want that
Just shove a Raspberry Pi there.
I just want that possible. I just want to play Postal 4 on my cat like a normal person.
Are you gonna shove a Raspberry Pi up his ass and then have a controller wire hanging out his mouth?
Exactly.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Lego.
Pixelated Lizards is asking, what do you think of devs being edgy? Being edgy for the sake of being edgy is not edgy. It's stupid. That's my personal take on it. I think that we don't make games to be edgy. We just make games to be fun, and if they are controversial on the way, that's the way it is. We don't really try to be controversial. We don't try to provoke people. We just make fun shit. That's it. And if people are really, really trying to be edgy, I mean, fuck it.
Wait, I was just wondering about something. So you know, how, like Postal 2 was like banned in multiple countries. Now, what about Postal 4? Has that been banned in any countries yet?
I can talk about it actually. So I'm in Germany where every Postal game is banned. 1, 2, 3, and 1
Yeah.
Redux, but 4 is not banned, and the demo of Brain Damage is not banned. But I can't
Wait, it isn't?
promise you that it won't be banned in the future.
We can. I think me and Pedro can talk about it. Can we talk about that, Pedro?
I think what we can say is if the game is not banned on your country right now, if you want
Buy
to
it.
secure it, buy it.
Yeah.
That goes especially for Russia right now because we don't know what the future holds. If you're
Well,
Russian,
actually, it also does for Germany because Germany is most likely, and they kind of told us they will ban the game. So
Yeah,
so
Germany-
we're trying to yeah.
New Zealand and other countries that would probably ban the game, you just have to buy the game to secure it if you want it. We are not pointing a gun at you. We are just saying that, hey,
Yeah.
you probably won't be able to legally own this game in the future.
Yep.
So yeah.
That's my problem with Postal 2. I had to pirate it, and just breaks my heart, kind of.
Didn't you could buy from the shop?
Wait, can't you I'm pretty sure isn't Postal 2 banned in Australia?
It is.
Yeah, can't you still buy that off of Steam in that country?
You
can
can
buy it off the
buy on
Postal.
our store.
Huh.
I'm pretty
Could
sure
probably
on
get off
Steam you
Edgio.
can't.
And if you buy it on the store, it'll register, like the copy will register on your Steam account no matter what country you're in, right?
So
Yep.
hardcore pornography is asking, will there be a CV outfit for the dude? There's something even better. There's a cheat code in which you can play as CV.
That's
There you
true.
go. You can play as CV right now.
Wow, I can now be the pro Postal player.
You can now be a pro Postal player.
I can now be a drug abuser.
Oh, by the way,
I
guys, please don't tag CV. I'm sure he's getting annoyed by your tags, so please don't do it.
Why would you even? Why can't you leave people alone?
Yeah.
But
actually, when I get a chance.
Yep.
Sure.
My Postal.
Have you guys considered putting
Fury.
the movie dudes outfit in Postal 4 at any point?
Someone else is talking.
Movie details.
Movie dude's outfit, I mean, like the
Oh.
baby blue t-shirt, peace sign.
Well, we haven't discussed that, have we, Matt?
Yeah, no, I mean I've never heard. Yeah, I mean we want to make a new movie, but we haven't talked about posting the movie in the game. But the
that will be
movie,
fun.
dude, I think it'd be great. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question.
Okay,
Oh, I
let's
forgot
see.
So I don't know. Yeah.
FSI is asking, why no FNAF in Postal? Because no, we don't want Five Nights at Freddy's.
Why?
Okay, Pedro.
Yeah.
I think there's an
I have a
opportunity
continuation
there, maybe.
question on the journalist mode idea.
Yes,
Why
Michael.
not? You know how basically in Postal, when you play on the hardest difficulty, it gives you a warning. Why not give you a warning, but basically all it does is insult you like 3 times, and you can't beat the game. There's no ending.
So that will not be for the journalist
I'll be right
difficulty?
back.
Yes.
That will be for the impossible difficulty, right?
No. For journalist difficulty, it has like a warning, like you don't want to play this.
Oh,
This
okay.
difficulty.
Okay.
Like it's mocking you basically. Like it's basically a goof on the whole fucking like the Cuphead type thing where the journalists couldn't fucking beat the tutorial on Cuphead.
Right,
Type
right.
shit. And you cannot beat the game on the last thing because it's impossible. It's like impossible to beat the game. You
Yeah,
can
I
beat
guess we
every
can.
single other thing, but there's like either a secret bad ending or it's impossible to beat either way.
Yeah, I guess we can discuss something like that. That will be really
That'd be
funny.
fucking amazing, and it wouldn't badly age, unlike
Yeah.
Postal 2, where you have fucking Hasum Hussein fucking wanting to bomb everyone. Age.
Yeah, right now we can't really say this is going to happen, that is going to happen, because we are still in the early stages of the difficulty system. But yeah,
Will you keep
we
that
will
on
explore
mind?
different fun ideas. What you guys will probably see in 1.0 is the first iteration of the difficulties settings, which will be probably underwhelming if you really like Postal 2, but at the same time, it's something. It's a foundation, if you say. Yeah. All right. Let's
Will
see.
there also be some quality to life things, like maybe your weapon can jam, or some minor things like
Definitely.
old Postal you had?
We want to add, unlike Postal 2, Post 1.0 is going to be like bigger updates, bigger changes, stuff that we couldn't add beforehand, stuff that we really wanted in the game but we couldn't add before.
Only add the weapon jamming on harder difficulties.
I'm not sure. I can't really say anything about that.
I'd hate to have it on a regular difficulty. That would just be annoying.
Oh, definitely.
Got a
Although
question.
I think you should unlock like a golden skin weapon at like completing the game on impossible mode. Like all your
Yeah, we
guns are
talked about
golden.
a golden skin. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh,
you actually
shit.
talked about that? That's fucking hype. Always
Yeah,
wanted a
no, we
golden
talked
gun.
about it. Yeah, because I'm the guy making the weapons and the skins and all that in the game. So yeah, that would be my task. Yeah.
In that case, could you
Zero,
make it a
I've got a
really hard
question.
thing, like you have to beat the game on impossible mode without killing anyone, and also you have to do it in a certain amount of time? Like just an extreme challenge for the best of players.
I don't do the decision on what the missions and objectives are, but yeah, we could talk about it with the team. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I would fucking kill for that.
if possible, we might have some changes for certain errands to make them more fun, to make them a little bit more interesting here and there. For example, you'll see some changes to the animal catcher. You will no longer need 5 dogs and 5 cats. That will be just 3 dogs and 3 cats. Just because the errand itself wasn't that fun, and we want to make it less shitty, to be honest.
Maybe you
Uh,
could put a pet shop in the map where you can go and pick up a bunch of animals.
Well, we have
there's
a pet shop
There's
already.
actually kind of 2 pet shops, one in the mall, one in the other area, but we are not using them for many things right now.
Yeah.
The dog.
Somebody's asking, will Postal 4 have a solid multiplayer system? We will have co-op, and it will be as solid as possible, I guess.
Zeron, what is the biggest thing coming to Postal 4 that you guys can't tell what it is?
The biggest thing that's coming to Postal 4, and we can't tell what it is.
Yep.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah,
Dude, I am
fucking
so
no
hyped. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, you guys
I
heard it
wanted
here
this for
first.
so long,
my
since
fucking-
1995.
Are you excited to see?
I've been waiting for this since 18. Yo, I've been waiting for this since 1832 when that fucking tortoise was born.
Yeah, I can imagine. But okay, seriously now, you guys will be excited.
Like
I'm not-
when this
We
no,
can't
but when
really
this got
say what
announced,
it
even
is.
me and Pedro couldn't believe it. Like, yeah, I think most of us on the team, but yeah, you'll see. It will be fucking dope.
Let's just say that when I heard about it, I thought it was a joke. Okay.
Yeah, me
So-
too.
I'm already
me
super
too.
hyped for Postal 4. You guys are going to give me a heart attack.
Well, yeah.
Like to be honest, when I started working on Postal 4, I'm like, how can we make it better? Like in any way better than Postal 2? And you'll see, like in a year from now, it would be fucking amazing. It would like exceed everyone's expectations. Yeah.
And it's not just 1.0, it's the things that will come afterwards. It's going to be something
Yeah.
special. We are doing this out of passion because we really love to make games, and we like to we love your support, really. And it's our way to say, hey guys, thank you. Here's something really cool for you guys.
I
Now
have
give
a
us the money.
question. Is it fine if I ask my question?
Sure.
Okay, I wanted to ask, is there going to be, like, so you know you have multiplayer, right? Is there going to be content what is going to be, like, cool to show off to your friends? Like, oh, dude, I got this, like, a seasonal event item, or, oh, dude, I got this cool weapon for beating the game on this difficulty or something.
So
Not
pretty
weapon,
much-
but skins, and only things you can, like, cosmetic, but you can only get them by being, like, event or certain achievements and stuff like that, etc. Are there
So
going to be
pretty
cool
much an
show-off items?
inventory system, right?
Yeah, like cool goodie bags you can show off to people, cool stuff you got, like skins and like cool outfits. Nothing like
yeah, skins and outfits. It's in for sure. Weapon skins also because we will make them like as like unlocks. But besides that, I don't know yet. I mean, we will announce it.
Yeah, definitely something we can discuss for co-op. And definitely that events idea is quite fun actually. Maybe we can have some.
I have a question. I have a
yeah.
question about the multiplayer system. Besides co-op, are you guys planning to add something like team deathmatch or something like that, like Postal 2's multiplayer?
We talked about it, but I think they said no. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't keep
We'll
your
see.
expectations that high.
Yeah.
We really don't know for sure, but the outcome is probably going to be no for now.
Yeah.
But back on my question about events, would it be possible to have it like one event be like, oh, this is for only multiplayer, and then this event is only for single player? So like maybe kill 100 people on a certain day, while another event is like win 10 matches of whatever it is.
We'll see. We'll see. It's a bit early. It's a bit early to discuss that at the moment, but we'll see. We'll
I
see.
just want something to show off to my friends when I play Postal. Like when I play with like Nick's co-op, there's nothing really to show off to people.
Well, you can unzip your pants and give them a golden shower. I think that's the best thing you can show them. But yeah, there are already some unlockable costumes that will be in the game. And yeah, that's something that you can show off. As far as events go, we'll see.
Oh yeah. Just wondering, how is the history with the Postal franchise and ESRB? Like has the ESRB ever given y'all trouble?
We're not even rated, but we do need to get rated for console releases at least. I think we got rated for the Switch, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's a requirement.
Didn't Postal like 2 get putted as AO for a certain amount of time in some countries? They couldn't classify it.
If memory serves me right, I think that was an issue at some point. Yeah. In certain countries.
2000 later, like 2005, 2006, it basically then became a mature game after they're like, oh, we're overreacting.
Maybe. I don't remember much about ratings. Somebody's asking, why did Akela make that Russian game Postal 2 Corkscrew rules but not running with scissors? Well, they're Russian and we're not, so... Well, that's the only explanation I have there. It's a Russian DLC, like Vanil Chen said. We wouldn't just make a Russian DLC because we're not Russian. If anything, we would make a game that takes place in Russia, but who knows?
I have a question around modding. Like, when I'm playing Postal 2, there's a bunch of cool weapons I cannot get because they're only on certain maps. Will there be, like, a feature in, like, Postal 4 where when mods are in the game, I can actually get weapons from a certain map if I have the mod downloaded? For example, a lot of the time I have to use something like Xmods, but then I find a map where, oh, these weapons are on it. I cannot go onto another map.
Well, we haven't started on the modding capabilities yet. Who knows? We'll definitely open up as much as we can so people can do a lot of crazy shit. With Unreal 4, a lot of things are now possible that they weren't in Postal 2, so who knows? Somebody's asking... Hold on. Holy shit. Will you make a DLC for Postal 4 where we can play Wii Sports Boxing? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, you can play Wii Sports in Postal 4 already, actually.
One more difficulty suggestion, woke mode. Every single NPC is like Latino, gay, etc. Like, they are all woke. Everything is oversaturated. Woke culture. You know what woke is?
Yeah, I do.
Everything's politically correct. Every character. They don't swear. You have a lot of...
Yeah, everything is PC for PC.
Yeah, basically PC
Make that for the journalist mode.
Yeah. That would be on
The
journalism
postal
mode.
dude
Oh
is-
my god, journalism mode
Like-
sounds more amazing the more when you think about it. Like,
the
it's
postal
just
dude is
the most
becoming a
fucking
black trans woman or something.
no gore, no blood, can't swear. Just a
Well,
fucking-
that's a fun suggestion, I guess.
Turn everybody into robots.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, like the German version of Team Fortress 2, where they had to replace
what
everyone
about
with
also
robots.
like South? You know how South Park the game, the fractured butthole, had like a part censored in Australia. Why not just have like a giant censor bar in like fucking journalist mode? Like, we're sorry, we can't show you this part.
I mean, I guess we could do that.
Like what is it during? I forget. During like the cat scene.
Oh no, anal. It's when the like anal probe comes in.
Well, yeah, we
The
could
what?
definitely do that. We just have a lot more priorities right now, and
Okay,
really
then
fun
on the same-
priorities, by the
On
way.
the same question, will we have votes in the server so us people who are in here can actually say what we want is like a vote, like we have this feature or this feature, not like spoil, more like this could be coming, it might not.
Not something that we have discussed.
Yeah, we could discuss it, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, is Running Season still hiring? Well, you can always send your your curriculum to Mike or Vince. And,
Or run it through us on Discord, and we'll pass it along.
Yeah. It's best if you email us so we can redirect it directly. But yeah, we don't have a fixed how do I say, a fixed recruit system. So yeah, you can just send us your curriculum through our email.
Will nudity return?
I'm sorry?
Like in Postal 2, you have boobs, and so you have a character model who has nudity. Will nudity return?
Please no.
Yes.
You don't want him to be on.
Take your
console
horny
page.
somewhere else. This is Postal.
Look.
Well,
How will it get on Nintendo Switch?
If we don't make it, modders will make it. So I think
Yeah.
it will be in the game eventually.
What I can say is that one character was originally made out of a nude model somebody made.
Oh, could you please share that? I would love to see.
I
what that looks
cannot, unfortunately.
Look, I'll give you a quick tip.
I think I can't even say which character it is, so yeah, I'll leave you that. Somebody's asking, just like the Hotline devs, do you guys encourage piracy for anybody who can't buy the game where they live? Yeah, if you guys can't buy the game, sure. If you guys have no legal way to acquire our games and to play them, to enjoy them, sure. We are not going to be against anybody doing that. What we like to suggest is people who can buy those games is, hey guys, we kind of need money. We kind of need to put food on our tables. Consider buying the game. But at the same time, we don't really go against piracy. We don't really go to people's houses and say, you pirate our game and now you are going to die. No, we don't do that.
Nintendo in a nutshell.
We don't do
I
that.
did that one time. No, I'm okay.
Oh yeah, we did. No, just kidding.
A question.
Yeah.
But the website isn't banned. Like, people can always buy a game key from your website. I mean, that's how I
true.
got. I mean, that's how I worked around it.
That's true, but I think one of the games doesn't activate on Steam for a
Redux.
certain country. I think
Redux doesn't here.
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah, in that case, yeah, absolutely, people can pirate the game if they can't really acquire it. More questions.
On that same thing, how about like just setting up for the people that pirated but still want to support you, just like some, I don't know, some place where you can donate the amount the game costs, so people
Yeah.
can still put. food
Yeah,
on
we
the
thought
table.
about this. I think we talked about it on stream one day, but I forgot what Mike said. I don't remember, but yeah, we might be able to do that.
Unfortunately, we had a PayPal, and we no longer do because PayPal fucked us in the ass. They
Yeah, they
said
banned us.
that it was
Yeah.
because of the pipe thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It was so stupid because we had money in that account and they just decided, hey guys, thanks for the money. We are going to cancel your account. Fuck you.
And then they get interest out of your frozen account.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I had that. My account had like £4,000 worth of money in it. I literally lost 4,000 to PayPal.
Yeah, we lost PayPal. So we at the moment we don't have anything to accept donations, but we'll probably consider it in the future. Who knows?
Have you taken legal action against that?
I guess we could, but is it worth the trouble hiring some lawyers to work it out? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, lawyers are like free here. I forgot that. That's not the case in the
expensive
US.
as fuck.
I have something to say on top of that. Why not make something like a Patreon or Coffee account, some form of media where you can like support your thing, where it goes directly to your bank instead of PayPal?
I believe I suggested the Coffee account to Mike one day. It was on standby, but nothing really came out of it.
Maybe a Patreon can give people behind the scenes.
Yeah,
That's actually a good idea.
That's a good idea.
And then they're not, if anyone says like stuff they're not allowed to say right now, they'll be removed from the Patreon because, oh, hey, I saw this something what is not meant to be shown yet. Get removed from the Patreon.
Here's the thing though, we like to treat our fans the same. We think everybody in the community is special to us. Separating those that community in half or in 3 halves or whatever.
No. I'm not talking about game stuff. I'm talking about maybe like a discount on like merchandise or getting a cool thing, like something doesn't spoil the game. Something like, oh, you get merchandise. Oh, you can have a private little AMA with a few of our patrons with a person who's like, in the development. Something like that, like simple things, nothing too big, but still little.
I mean, we're doing that right now, so that would not make sense to be paid.
We do AMAs in our podcasts, on fucking TikTok here.
Yeah. You plan to do it more AMAs here?
Probably. I mean, this one was quite successful, if I might add.
Do you plan next time to make a stage? Because I'm not trying to be rude, but I have autism and I'm not trying to be like annoying by asking so many questions. It's generally my nature. So having like a channel stage would be much better. So I can just put my hand up and wait.
Yeah, we definitely need to work out a better system. But
make a stage. That's my suggestion. Stage channels are really good.
Yes, that's something we will do. Definitely. So the AMAs will be a little bit more organized from this point forward. Yeah, sure.
Will there be like a AMA text channel though?
We'll see.
Like,
I still need to figure it out.
Don't have mics.
I'll still need to figure it out. Somebody's asking what would happen if the game came out of Postal 2 on Xbox Original and PlayStation 2 ports. What would happen? I mean, I guess
would crash.
I guess 2 people would buy it and be very angry about it.
And get the game banned on these consoles too. And
by the way, I'm not sure if you guys know, but Postal 1 is going to have a Dreamcast port.
What?
Yep. Yes.
That's right. In fact, I can share you the Twitter account of the guys who are making it. It's called
Unofficial?
Yep. It's called the DC Junkyard. I'll post a link here in the Scratchpad.
It's a demake.
No, it's Postal 1 on the Dreamcast. It's just the same game, but it runs on Dreamcast.
No, but that still makes it a demake because the graphics would be down. It's a demake.
Well,
and I thought the Dreamcast can probably run Postal 1.
It's a demake.
Not a demake. It's support. It has all the original graphics.
The game
it keeps the original graphics. Yeah.
The game looks pretty much the same. It just you can play it on the Dreamcast controller and on the Dreamcast, which is kind of a big deal for some people.
Out of curiosity, will Postal 4 like avoid like how Postal 2 had a bunch of like Assam Hussein and like humor what's broken these days because it's aged so poorly? How do you make sure to avoid stuff like that?
Well,
Political and everything in between, what doesn't age well, not because of it being edgy, like that's fine. I mean more like it just being panderingly cringy.
Well, in terms of references, those references were definitely funny in 2003 with Postal 2. But now, in the present day, with Postal 4, we are not going soft in any way. We are just doing a different kind of game, really.
You're not doing like you're not going to be referencing stuff like coronavirus in the same way.
I mean, we did with Pigeonavirus, and we also.
But I mean, not like in that way. I mean, how Postal 2 would probably do it. It's a lot different. It feels more smart.
Not sure if I get it.
If you mean subtle, that's definitely not the word for it.
Oh no, I don't mean subtle. Word I mean is it's not the exact same thing like the real world thing. It's not called like the coronavirus.
Like it's a parody of the
Yeah,
coronavirus.
it's more parody.
Oh, okay.
While Postal 2 wasn't a parody of like Hussam Hussein, it was literally him.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure exactly. That's probably a question for Murphy Black, also known as Ricky. He's the one who's writing the story, and such details are probably.
Will Rick Hunter be back?
I'm sorry?
Will Rick Hunter be in the game for anyway?
We can't really confirm anything like that because Rick is not. He was with us at the start of the project, but until he's no longer had time to do it, so
He's really on and off with us. Yeah, he does his own thing. So
yeah, he
Did you
now
voice
does
files
his
for
own
him in
thing.
the game files though?
I'm sorry.
From like the beginning of development, there's like a few voice files for him.
Yeah,
those are old files.
That's
yeah,
fine.
he did a few. He did a few lines when we started making the game.
Yeah.
Do you plan to keep them in the game, or do you plan to remove them in a future update that they have no use for the game?
I mean,
Well-
right now there's not enough. So
Yeah, we will remove them because they are not doing anything there. So
yeah, we haven't talked about that for like years. So ourselves on the team. So
yeah, as much as we wanted, we can't just get Rick because he's doing his own thing. He's in TV, he's on the radio, I think. So yeah, it's not going to happen.
Will Postal 4 have any references to Russia and Ukraine?
No.
Like okay.
No,
I think that'd be a bit too soon.
It's too soon.
No,
and,
I don't mean in a bad way. I mean in support.
Probably not because we
It
don't
just happened.
we don't really care much about showing our political agenda. We want to be as neutral as possible, really.
Why,
Hell,
you don't
in
want
one
to
of the
have, like-
errands, you can
Yeah,
pick between
okay,
being a Democrat or not.
A lot of people were very angry by that because it was not that they wanted to choose a particular one, or they didn't want to choose any, but they were forced into it, and that's not what you want. You don't want people to feel forced.
Well, the thing is,
Oh,
none of that
okay.
matters in that errand.
Yeah, you can kill both if you want. So
yeah,
you're
you
not.
can, yeah.
So you're not really voting for anybody. You can just kill both, and that's it.
Okay. So
No,
I actually have a
code
question
for the,
still.
Yes, Vanil.
So okay. How do I phrase it? So I really want to buy Postal 4, but I'm not sure if it's worth it to buy it right now. Like I know it would be good to support it, but is the game like finished enough that I could really get the 34 euros of enjoyment that I put in?
I would say wait a little bit for 1.0, especially if you're worried about performance. But I think you could still enjoy the game right now if you would get it now. But if you're worried, yeah, maybe wait a little bit more.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Definitely hold on to your money for now if you really want a perfect experience.
Yep.
It's a game that will never be finished, like Postal 2. It's a game
Yep.
that we constantly work on. But
We have a million ideas, yeah, and we
yeah.
take the fans' ideas into account, and if
In fact,
possible, we
we-
want to, yeah.
In fact, we have a lot of stuff coming after 1.0, so yeah.
Yeah, most of
it's
the
good to
stuff
know.
will be coming after 1.0. Like we want to get the game like in order performance wise first. That's the priority, and then we're gonna put like tons of new content.
Yeah,
we already have tons of new content that was made years ago. We didn't have time to finish implementing in the game.
Mhm.
So,
And
Will
I
that-
actually have a question / suggestion, I guess.
Yep.
There's just one thing I've really noticed when I watch gameplay footage of it, which is it's very weirdly specific, I know, but there's the grounds are all surprisingly clean and the textures are very.
Oh,
like,
yep, that we
sorry,
changed it
sorry.
already. It is changing our build. Yeah.
Okay, good.
We are doing a grunge pass on the whole map to make every area like a bit destroyed, grungy, dirty. We are remaking all the roads in the game to make them like worn out.
Will there
Yeah,
be
this is-
clean
yeah.
areas though? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, like the residential area, like the rich neighborhood. Yeah, it will be like cleaner, obviously.
Out of curiosity, will I be able to take people hostage? Like grab my arm around them and put my gun.
I would
to their
love
head?
that.
And
Yeah,
just
that's a very
have
good
that
idea.
fucking hostage mode.
So-
And then you
Oh,
could
sure,
like
yeah.
you can either do it lethally or non-lethal, like take them hostages to get away with something like robbing a bank.
Like
The way-
let
Right.
Saints Row?
The way
Yeah,
Postal
basically.
2 and 4 work is you don't see your body and you don't see your hands interacting with certain stuff besides weapons or items. It would be a little bit difficult to make.
You don't need to grab them. Maybe you could just put the gun at the back of them, like put it at their back or put it at their head. And they, put their hands up and
what
start walking.
Metal Gear
what
Solid 2
the
style
G what the
waving
G button did in Postal 2.
So,
where you
so
could
pretty
tell
much
people to get
if
down.
you aim at the person, that person will feel threatened.
Like in Payday.
or-
Like in Payday.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe
Or-
maybe alternatively though, you could use them as like a body shield. In harder difficulties, that'd be a very useful thing to
Yeah.
have a body
But you
shield.
would
No,
still need to grab
I think those are a very good idea. Like the way like you can like ask them to go on the ground, like in Payday 2, for example, or yeah, we could think about a
And
few ideas. We can.
On that topic about hostages, maybe you should also add an option like to maybe tie someone's arms up so they don't run away. You can just kill
Yeah.
them in your own way to have fun, you know.
Yeah,
type
true.
of postal
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I
That
agree.
would be
Yeah,
too
those
hard to
things.
add. Rope.
Well, it's still a few days or like a week at least to add this because it will bring some bugs and then we have to fix the bugs and do like
fair.
test the whole game because it might break something no one thought about. Yeah.
And
And
then
the
when you
reason-
fix those, more bugs will show up.
Yeah, and the reason why you guys have been waiting a long time for the next update is simply because a lot of bugs start to emerge after we either fix or add new stuff. So
Yep.
we try to avoid too much complexity sometimes, especially right now at this stage of development. That's something we can check out maybe for after 1.0, but it's too early. Too early.
Although, one thing I'd love to see is a way to make a person snap. Like, in example, you go in their house, you shoot them, then you leave them, and basically they're damaged mentally, but then you do different things near them, and slowly their mental state goes down and down and down until they turn postal.
You have issues.
You do have
I
issues,
like
mate,
postal.
sorry.
Would something like a way to drive someone insane in the game, like, not lethally, but damage them mentally until they break,
Yeah.
and then they go postal?
Yeah, it's a good suggestion. Yeah, I'd like to have that. Yeah.
It'd be
for
very
sure.
good in some scenarios. Like you could
Yeah, I
use
could
it
see
to
it
your
being cool.
advantage as a distraction, or you could use it maybe as a way to get into somewhere. It wouldn't be easy. Maybe the person you're doing is on like a harder difficulty, and maybe they're a harder enemy or something.
What about pistol whipping?
That
Postal
would be a
Babes?
fun mechanic.
Postal Babes, who knows, really? It's not really up to me or Matt. You probably need to ask Mike or Vince. They are the ones who handle that stuff.
Yeah, they are.
A question for Lego
Yep.
Bummer.
Kind of like a game where you hit them in the back of the head and it kills them.
3D modeling question. Which software is actually used to make the assets for Postal?
So I use Maya mainly as my 3D modeler. Then I use ZBrush for like more like detail sculpting, like rocks and stuff, or like decay on weapons and stuff. For texturing, I use Substance Painter in Photoshop. For making outfits, flags, anything fabric, I use Marbella's Designer. And then bring everything into Unreal and do some renders. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah.
Continuing my conversation, will there be possibly a way to like drive people insane? Because I always just wanted to do that in Postal, but it's impossible.
Why are you so obsessed with that idea?
Because it's Postal, man.
We're taking your suggestion.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, but it takes like we said, that would take a lot of time to implement. So
maybe you could just
and
break
it's
it down
definitely
into
not a
something more
priority.
simple.
Well, that's what Pedro said. We would try, but yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll see.
Okay.
We do want to have it already. So when you go in people's houses, they get pissed off, and or they call the cops. That we want to do that first because that's like that makes sense. Kind of like the way it was in Postal 2, but we'll see.
Any other questions besides the insanity parts?
Okay, more vehicles for the game or just the scooter?
That was already said.
When?
What about celebrities?
Yeah, we want to. We cannot discuss about it all the details yet, but yeah.
We can't either confirm nor deny about it, so you'll have to wait.
All right.
Will there be fast travel though on like easier difficulties? Like, I could go to a point like maybe a tunnel.
We are reworking the fast travel system, and it's gonna look awesome. You guys are gonna like it, I think.
Oh,
You
nice.
said a bus. And it
So,
costs money to
yeah, we'll go into more details later. We are working on it like right now to make
Yeah.
it better. So
It's going to be better. That's all we
Yeah.
can say.
we have the new system in the game already, and it's not finished, but it's already a lot better. So I think you guys are gonna like it.
Development question, maybe. How did you like come up with the layout of the town for Postal 4?
I don't really know. We kind of came up with it as we went on each day of what we would like. Ricky was making the story, and we are like kind of like made it as like yeah. We didn't have the layout directly made when we were like starting the game. We kind of made it as
I think
because there's always like some unforeseen things like story elements and stuff. So you kind of shape the map as you make the game.
Okay, so
I
the
think
story came
Ricky-
before the map, basically.
Well, Ricky made a sketch of the map, and he wanted some variety. And he didn't really specify where the buildings will go, where this and that will go, but he did specify that there will be a certain layout with a big island in the middle. And
Yep, like
that's
the
pretty
volcano
much-
alley.
Yeah, with bridges and all. That's pretty much how it went from the early stages. So that focus on variety, that focus on a bigger map, that we didn't know it was going to be one of our obstacles. Because we really didn't want the map to be big and empty. We wanted a big, but with a lot of stuff to see, with a lot of exploration. And that's one of the things we are working still. And we will most likely work post 1.0. Who knows? But yeah, it's not going to remain an empty map. Especially those
Yeah.
empty buildings that you see, those are going to be fully furnished. Don't worry about it. But
yep,
yeah,
all the
that's
buildings
how,
will be furnished. Yeah.
yeah, that's how it
We
went
want to
from
make it
the
so
early
you can
stages.
enter every building in the game.
Yeah.
Almost like 90% of them, kind of like in Postal 2.
So,
Pretty
if
much.
you don't mind me asking, will there be more celebrity cameos? Like, I know you already got Civi in the game, so assuming that if you would like to add other YouTubers, like you would add like other people, such as like probably whatever William Johnson's doing now, or like Nick Avocado.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. I mean, so far we have Carter Cruz, we have yeah, like you said, we have CV, we have like we'll put like a few running with scissors people. I don't know if we'll have time to add more, but yeah, that's something we want to do for sure.
I have a question about removed content. Is there any interesting removed content what's never going to be in the game, but you can tell us what's interesting?
We don't know. I mean, because like I said, like we have like stuff that was made years ago, and we didn't have time to implement. Like I made the scissors for the game like so long ago, and we didn't have time to finish implementing them. Like I made them almost 3 years ago, the scissors. So like 2 years and a half, and I'm still waiting for them to be in the game.
Potentially, the stuff you say is removed could be added in a future update, so it's not.
Yep. That's correct. Yeah.
Are you trying to use as much as your resources as you can instead of wasting them?
Yeah, I mean, we have. It's just a priority like thing. Like we have like priorities. First we were like making new missions, making like all the days. Now it's optimization, and it's like a team. Everything is a team effort. So I make the 3D model of the scissors. Someone makes the animation. Someone does the programming. So it's like at least 3 people for like each feature in the game. So. But those people might be working on something else. So yeah, everything takes time.
I need
Somebody
to do an
is
IRL
asking-
postal in the toilet BRB.
Okay.
Somebody's asking how long we've been in Running with Scissors. I've personally been with Running with Scissors since early 2020, officially. Matt?
I started talking to Mike in September 2019, and I joined in October 2019.
Yeah. So we kind of joined at the same time, more or less.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we did. Yeah. And people, yeah, you have to know, like, running with you is like a lot of, like, it's a very small team, and people come and go. A lot of people, they just work, like, part-time. Some people are full-time. Yeah. So.
But I also gotta tell you guys, working in this team is just awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say that about the whole gaming industry. There are some places in the gaming industry that suck to work at, but Running with Scissors is a really good work environment. And even though we are in completely opposite areas of the world, working remotely, it's just so great to be able to provide ideas and see a lot of other people with the same passion, and it's just great, really.
While I was at the toilet, I
agree.
thought of a question.
Yeah.
Will I able to shit in Postal 4 at any point in the future?
Moving on.
Keep asking that.
We'll see. Like, I was working on like more poop stuff. It's not
Xmod,
implemented yet.
It's not me
we'll
trying
see.
to troll, I'm being serious. Like, Xmod, you have a poop function in one of the mods. Xmods.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And maybe
mean,
it could be used to, like, maybe it could be used in some kind of way in the game. Like, you already have the shoveling shit mission, so it's not off the table, is it, with Postal? And on top of
Yeah,
that,
it is not for sure.
At this
maybe
point,
throwing
nothing
up-
is off the table.
Like, gross
Yeah.
out is fine in this game, so vomiting, throw up, farting, maybe even
Unless we
coughing.
specifically said that something is off the table, like Rick Hunter, for example, and other stuff. Everything else is not off the table. Everything is possible. But I mean, if we are going to do it or not, that's a question. But we just can't answer at the moment. Okay, we got time
Yep,
for
and,
probably one more question, I guess.
I was gonna say if we don't implement the poop ourselves, someone probably will do it on the workshop. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Can
Yeah,
I
I was
ask
gonna-
about the saves?
Yeah, here. Anybody want to go before me, or
I want to go.
yeah. I just wanted to ask, or at least send my condolences. I'm hoping that the development hasn't been too stressful on you guys because, I know a little bit about the inside and I have no clue what's going on. But everything I've heard from everyone is just, I don't know how y'all put up with it, and I'm proud of you boys so much, and I love y'all.
That's a wholesome.
Yeah, no, it's been a good actually. Like I worked in a lot of game studios in the past, on a lot of games, and it's the best, like most fluid and easiest, and like a stress-free team and game I've worked on. So in like 7 years, so
yeah,
It's just so great.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's-
have to
it's-
end,
it's really great.
I have to end off with a final question, and it's the best one. Have any of you guys played Postal 3?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
But I never finished the game.
I finished
Yeah, me
it.
neither.
It's
Yeah.
not
I
worth
couldn't
it.
bother.
I
As-
couldn't
I think
finish the
I
game for the
finished
life of
Postal
me.
3 at least like 7 times.
I couldn't
As
finish it for the
developers,
life of me.
Have you learned anything from Postal 3?
Yes.
I don't mean like how shit it is. I mean like actual useful, like anything you've took from Postal 3 and wanted to put in Postal 4.
I learned that games can make you cry deeply and make you have
all the wrong
permanent
reasons.
damage and nightmares.
Emotional damage.
Yes, but I'm saying, is there anything you've taken from the game and put in Postal 4 or thought about putting in? Like anything what you see? Sure,
Well-
the game is bad, but maybe there's one or two things.
We
taken
did
away.
have the fucking what's
Care
it called?
grenades?
The rattler, which was going to be in the game, but it wasn't. It was just in the artwork, and we made that into a weapon in Postal 4, for example.
And was the segues basically inspired to make the things in Postal 4?
The scooters?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about it, but we definitely wanted to make. Since we were going to have a big map, we really needed some sort of transport.
And will the
So-
music on Postal 4 be on Spotify?
Yes.
I would imagine that wouldn't be too much of an issue.
We got
good.
an OAST in the works.
Will it be on Bandcamp? I would like to purchase it if it is.
Well, with Epic buying Bandcamp, I'm not sure.
Epic brought
If not,
Bandcamp?
if not, we'll find a way to put it on our website in some way. I'm sure.
Oh my, are you saying fucking Epic Games brought Bandcamp?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
God! That's awful!
That's
I do have
not
a,
awful.
I do
Is
have
it
a
that
suggestion.
awful?
I've got a serious suggestion, and I've been pushing for this for a while.
All right, just one more. Eva.
Just one more. Since there are radio stations in the game, Rampage tracks from Redux. Just one, just on loop, please. Please.
We are going to add Rampage, some soundtrack from the Redux OST, but
Radio station.
but probably not in the way that you want it, not in a radio kind of way. You'll see.
I don't know why, but I'd love a radio station where it's just like the most obnoxious EDM and like the DJ is like a fucking furry.
Oh no,
Would be
that's would be
great.
awful.
Oh, like he plays like
I'll voice the
dubstep,
furry.
he plays fucking house music
Oh,
and everything
God.
in between. But he's like, "Hey guys," and today he's like
Welcome
the very
back.
obnoxious furry.
Behind the meme.
We added
No,
like
no,
a
no, I
we
mean,
added
like,
a party of turning Japanese, like it's called turning weeb, in like as a music in the game. I don't know if it's in your build. Is it in the Friday build?
I
Pedro,
don't
the
think
turning
so,
weeb
no.
song. I
I
don't think
don't
so.
think
Yeah,
it
we have a
is.
song. You're gonna like, guys. Pretty
what is
funny.
turning weeb? What genre is that?
I don't know what kind of genre the song is. It's like an old
Electronic rock.
70s song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pop rock from like the 70s, 80s, and yeah, we made a parody of it.
Should make like a J-core fucking radio station what's just
Oh,
like
God.
not just happy hardcore and everything in between.
Okay. We'll get your suggestions.
One of
Need a happy
Custom radio station.
One of
Honestly,
the outfits could be a fursuit. Fucking
Yes!
kill yourself with a grenade.
Please
God,
make an
no.
event. Please make a fur event.
Please don't add
literal
furries to
furry
Pokemon.
kill event.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. We'll get your suggestions and
Ignore
we'll
them.
see about it. Okay.
Right into
Yeah,
the
we still have
trash.
Postal 4's janky site to make
All right.
suggestions, right?
Me and Matt have a game to make. I think he has to go to sleep. I think because he's in Japan right now.
It's like 4 a.m.
Did I
Oh,
get here
crap.
late? I think
Okay.
I got here late.
Guys, it was a pleasure. It
was very fun.
And a displeasure at the same time, I'm betting.
It was a really good pleasure.
It was a unique experience, let's say.
It was great to have Vince
Oh, it's
here.
very-
To also interact with him. So
I'm glad we ended off in a high note. Furries and fucking weebs.
Oh god.
I mean, that's the main demographic of the game, if you like it or not. It's gay
God
furries.
That's the internet now.
Dude, everyone just wants fucking Postal 4 to have furries and weebs in it.
So you can kill them.
Yeah, because we want to kill them.
Yeah.
We want to kill ourselves, yes.
And I'm
And
dating
if I
somebody.
don't forget.
Okay,
All right,
let's.
folks.
Okay,
that was
let's end
great.
this.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much for joining. We'll see you next time.
It was nice.
See you
Bye bye.
next week.
Alright, bye bye.
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 Redux.
Bye.
I wish I didn't
Yeah.
get here late. This sucks.
Alright, I'm gonna go add the Lorax to Postal 4. Goodbye.
All right. Bye bye. Bye.
No, that was beautiful.
That was
That was
nice.
just fucking
That was
beautiful.
nice.